As you can see that it's 2K. That point where we selected is 2K, so it's in kilo ohms. So anything you measure there, you have to multiply by 1000. All right, so we'll test this resistor again. 0.327 times 1000, that's 327 ohms. So that is, so we successfully tested this resistor. And you're going to ask, why is it 327? Why is it 327 when I said it was going to be 330 from the color code? Well, it turns out that resistors have something they call tolerance value, and the tolerance values mean that that resistor does not have a fixed value. Its value can fall within a certain range, usually between plus or minus 10%. So it can either be up to 340 ohms, or so a 330 ohms resistor can either go up to 340 ohms or go as low as 320 ohms, depending on the temperature of the environment and other parameters that affect resistance. So we successfully tested this resistor, so we can put it aside now. Let's take another resistor now. This one, this is a 100K resistor. That's 100,000 ohms. Now we need to test it. If I were to test the resistor as an experienced person, I only need to verify. So I'll just go straight to 200 kilo ohms. That's 200 kilo ohms there, and then do my test. But I don't want to do that because again, we have to assume that I don't know anything about resistors. I don't even have a clue what value this is. So the first thing I'm going to do, again, I go back to my 200 ohms, put my probes, nothing happens. I try 2K, nothing happens. 20K, nothing happens. 200K, yes, that is 100.3, which means 100.3 times K. Remember, we have to multiply by 1000. 100.3 times 1000, that's 100,000 ohms. So we're done with this. The measurement, and this is another resistor from the code. This is a 1K resistor. You don't need to worry about memorizing the code. If you do electronics for probably a few months, you're gonna probably know more codes than I do. So yeah, that's true. I'm not joking. This, I don't really know much. I'm just a learner. All right, this is a 1K resistor, but I want to test it from a beginner's point of view. 200 ohms, nothing happens. 2K, and yes, magic. 0.98, whatever. 0.9 times 1000 will give you 900 and something kilo ohms, which falls within the range of a 1K. It's actually a 1 kilo ohm resistor. It's not up to 1000 because of the tolerance I told you about. That tolerance is indicated by the last band on the far right, on the extreme right. And this is a gold. I don't know if you can see it. It's a gold color, and that means, I think that means 10% or so. So it's still within, or 20%, I think. But anyhow, it's still within range. This is another kind of resistor, and this is a 220 ohm resistor, and it means 220 ohms means, can we measure 220 ohms using 2K? Yes. So if you try it, you're going to see 216 is very close to 220, so it is okay. You remember 0.216 times 100 times 1000. 0.216 times 1000 will give you the actual resistance value in ohms. What you are seeing here is in kilo ohms because it's on the kilo ohms range. Alright, so that's it about resistors. See you in the next video. So remember to turn off your multimeter to avoid wasting power.